Hey, how's it going? My name is Austin Kokel, and this is Austin Kokel's Music Hotel. Um, Pretty much named it that so people know how to pronounce my last name. Not gonna lie, that's about a good 75% of the reason why I'm calling the channel that. It's also worth noting that eventually, once I get this thing up and running a little bit more, I plan on having maybe the occasional guest, not unlike a hotel. So that's where that factors in. I decided to go with music in the title instead of prog or rock or metal or classical or whatever, because we're going to talk about just music in general on here. It's no secret that progressive rock is the vast majority of what I listen to these days. But really, I like to think I'm a little more multifaceted than that. And I hate to kind of just shoehorn myself into just one genre with the title. So it's Austin Kokel's Music Hotel. So this video is just sort of an introduction, just to tell you a little bit about what I am, who I am, what I want to do with this channel, and what I want to do with these videos. Just to give you a quick overview, I'm 40 years old as of this recording, and I've played the cello since 1990. I've played bass guitar since about, boop. As you can tell, I'm not a blogger yet. Hey, this way to the beach. Anyway, there's my 1994 acquired BC Rich bass behind me, my original bass that I've had for almost 30 years and will never get rid of. But my background lies in broadcasting, actually radio broadcasting, and I don't do much in front of the camera. I'm typically behind the camera, so this is a little bit of a different change of pace for me. But so, music is my passion. In my past, I worked with sonicperspectives.com, so a little shout out to them. I worked with them from January of 2018 to about probably the summer of 2020, and did a lot of album reviews, a lot of artist interviews, and some podcast work with them. I interviewed a whole bunch of people. Pete Trewavas from Marillion was my first one in Transatlantic. Gleb Kolyadin from I Am the Morning. Evan Carson from I Am the Morning. Enchant and Evership in the series we put together, The Road to ProgStock. Randy McStine and Fernando Perdomo. A bunch of people there. A bunch of album reviews as well. Everything from... and actually, as far as the metal side of interviews, I interviewed Bjorn Speed Streed from Soilwork, and Jorn Viggo Lostat from Pagan's Mind and Northward. So I did kind of venture into the metal scene a little bit with my interviews. And then, just tons and tons of reviews as well. And I loved it, but my main daytime job, I work at a TV station, and most of my job is deadline driven. So to do that day in, day out, and then have a side gig that was deadline driven as well, it was just too many deadlines, too much stress, and so I had to step away. I did a one-off review or two for the Prog Report, and shout out to Roie Avin there, and of course to Joel Barrios and Scott Medina and all the guys from Sonic Perspectives as well. But I reviewed a Caligula's Horse album for the Prog Report, and it just, doing the review game just wasn't really my thing anymore because of the deadlines. You've got to have it out before that release date deadline when you get your promo copy, and I just couldn't keep up with the deadlines after a while. But as of this recording, May of 2022, I just got back from Cruise to the Edge 22, my second Cruise to the Edge. I went to Cruise to the Edge in 2015, MorseFest in 2016, the one where Spock's Beard was there playing Snow with all members past and present of Spock's Beard at the time. I went to ProgStock 2018 and had a great time there in Rahway, New Jersey. So big shout out to Tom Palmieri and Rinaldi there. And, saw IQ there, Evership, Enchant, who I mentioned before. Mystery was awesome that weekend. Tom Brislin was fantastic as well with his then new band Gold Rotation. And then COVID hit, obviously, and things were a little dry for a while. And then I just went to Cruise to the Edge with my wife and had an amazing time. We'll talk about that in an upcoming video. But, after getting back from Cruise to the Edge, I decided I really miss being part of the scene. And I miss working with musicians and talking about music and things like that. It's been a good 2 years since I've really worked on anything. Just full disclosure, side gig, I work with a band called Advent Horizon out of the Salt Lake area, and we're working on their upcoming album. I'm doing PR and social media, things like that with them. But I thought this would be a fun way to kind of just get out there a little bit more and maybe have some guests on, like I said, talk about new albums that are coming out, but not necessarily talking about albums before they come out, so I don't have to worry about meeting deadlines and review copies and all that stuff. I'll just kind of talk about whatever's, capturing my interest those days. And maybe even, one idea I had was to talk about some of my favorite soundtracks, like film soundtracks. Just whatever strikes my fancy at any given moment is what I'm going to want to talk about, such as Pain of Salvation. They were an amazing band on Cruise to the Edge. I might talk about them in an upcoming episode. Might also talk about my friend Franck Carducci, and has an amazing output of solo work. Might talk about him or with him in an upcoming one. But just wanted to kind of take a minute to explain who I am and what this is. It's going to be a very no-frills channel. I mean, I do video editing for a job, so I don't really want to do too much video editing in my free time. So this is going to be pretty straightforward, just vlogging between me and you talking about music, basically. And I hope somebody gets something out of this. But in the meantime, that's me in a nutshell. I work in TV. I've worked in radio in the past. I'm a bassist, a cellist. I love everything from prog metal to classical. And, I just want to talk about music with you. And hopefully, like I said, you get something out of it. So thanks for tuning in. Like I said, this is just an introduction. And probably the next video we're going to do is Cruise to the Edge, if I can get this recorded timely enough so that it's not stale news by the time I start talking about it, because it was already 1 week ago as of this recording. So we'll see you in an upcoming episode. Thanks for tuning in, and, I'm not going to do the like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm not going to, be like, hey guys, at the beginning of every episode. This is going to be just me on YouTube, and you can watch and follow along for the ride. You can subscribe if you want. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to try to persuade you in any way, shape, or form. So I do appreciate you being here, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes with you from here on out. Thanks.